This CC is honestly very difficult. I know there's a lot of you who's telling me that it's actually very simple, you've already cleared it, maybe you did it on your own or you used a guide. And I understand if you find it simple because you have a lot of Elite 2 that's built. You got 10 Elite 2, you got 5 Elite 2, maybe even 2 Elite 2s in your account, and it really simplifies the entire process. There are people who are saying things like, if you have a Kelsit, game over. If you have a Taunt, game over. And I understand that. But when we look at someone who is new to the game, someone who has come a week ago, 2 weeks ago, or even a month old of an account, they are going to struggle so much within this event. And it's come to the point of what would be the easiest way for people to clear this particular stage. Now, I've tried various singular 6-star core strategies. I've tried using only Kelsit, I've tried using only Taunts, Silver Ash. Nope, this is not a time to use Surtur, this is not a time to use Chen Alter. And even after 16 hours of pure pain, other strategies that involves other 6 stars just don't seem to work. So I have to fall back on someone who is very original to us in the game, that is Eyjafjalla. And that is also going to hit the point where my strategy doesn't feel very original. Hustin has already uploaded his strategy where it also involves Eyjafjalla, and I've checked it out. Whatever that I've thought of is going to be very similar to how he has already taught you guys how to clear the stage. So I apologize that this strategy doesn't seem original, but I will try to differentiate my video by explaining a little bit more in depth as to how you replace your operators, and I also try to minimize the amount of steps that you have to take in order to care into this stage so that you can have an easier time following the timings. If let's say you have certain operators that you see that are required and you don't have them built, now is the best time to go and build some of your operators. I mean, all the supply stages are open right now. You can get your skill summaries, you can get your chips as well. And then at the same time, there's no sanity in this stage. You may not get it first try following a particular guide. You might have to try it a few times, but after maybe your second try, your third try, you get the timings a little bit, then it's gonna work out in your account. No sanity to spend anyways, so go ahead and put in a little bit of effort. Guide makers make these videos for you so that you can cut down 5 hours, maybe even my 16 hours worth of effort into 10 minutes. Alright, let me show you guys the tags to take. These are all of the tags. We're going to take the Ritualist, the Fanatic, and attack up at risk 2, HP down risk 3. We are going to use a lot of arts damage. We're talking about casters, we're talking about supporters here. And the reason why we're using arts damage is that a lot of these enemies are weak to arts damage. You can see their resistance is C, D, B. There is an A here, but even a Ritualist will fall to the power of Eyja. So, that's why we're not taking the caster and supporter tag. We're going on the guard and specialist tag. So take their deployment cost triple, and then their deployment time also triple. I think it's deployment time triple. Oh no, deployment time times 50%. Then afterwards, take DP down, risk 2, squad size 7. You could do with deployment limit 5, but you need to fulfill certain conditions in order to take more operators in the stage. Preferably, go with squad size 7. Then, wind direction, change it. HP seal, 1, meaning you don't leak anybody. And since we're using a lot of arts damage, it is reasonable for us to take all enemies gain 200 defense. And that's how we get risk 18. Now, this is what we're going to be using. Eyjafjalla, skill 3 and 3, that is the core of this strategy. If you don't have an Eyjafjalla, you're going to need to borrow her. But in order to borrow an Elite 2 operator, you need to have an Elite 2 operator in your account. And in that case, for all of these operators you see here, I highly recommend that your Myrtle is the Elite 2 operator. Myrtle doesn't need to have skill 1 and 3, even though mine is. You just need her at skill 1 rank 7, but have her at Elite 2 so that you can borrow an Eyjafjalla. If you want your supporter, your medic to be Elite 2 as well, that works fine by me, as long as you can borrow Eyja into the stage. Alright? Myrtle, replaceable with Elysium, but I think Myrtle is the simplest one to go for. A lot of people have her built. No other Vanguards will be able to replace these two. You need a lot of good DP generation, especially when you're taking DP risk too. We'll look at the other 5 operators. Let me exit this stage. We're gonna go to squad. So this is the template that you can use to follow. For the slowest, there aren't exactly a lot of slowers that you can use within the game. These are some of the notable ones that you can use to replace them. So for example, if you use Angelina, don't use Angelina's skill 2 or 3. You want your slow supporter to always be attacking. So I would then better recommend you to use Angelina's skill 1. Magalan's skill 1, very interesting skill. This is only for those of you who know how to use a Magalan. If you understand how her drones work and all, you can take Magalan to replace maybe say Orchid. If not, I would find her the most challenging replacement. Suzerain, very easy supporter to replace one of your slower supporters on the left there. Use her on skill 2. Skill 2 is very nice to use since she's able to slow multiple targets. Skill 3 could be okay as well. If you understand the timing of when to use the skill 3, you can take that. But I think skill 2 is more brain dead. Then Istina, I prefer to use skill 2 also because it can slow multiple targets. And same for Glockers. Glockers, I prefer to use skill 1. Alright, so you need 2 slower supporters. Podenko is amazing for this event. If you don't have a build yet, you can consider building her. I mean, might as well just build her now because she's also very good for integrated strategies in the future. Make sure your slower supporters are maximally Elite 1 max level. You don't need them at Elite 2 at all. Alright, so if let's say you have some other slower supporters built, you can replace Orchid. Podenko, try to keep her there because the skill timings that she have really help. We look at the other operators here, you can see that I've got a defender. Your defender can be replaced by a variety of people. So you can replace them with either another guard or another defender. These defenders should either be a healing defender or they have some other purposes that really help. Like for example, if they increase resistance, Meteoron increases resistance on his skill 2. Use his skill 2, not his skill 1. That will work. Healing defenders can out-heal the damage the Ritualist deal. Hoshiguma, on her skill 2, she's able to deal physical damage back onto the casters that are hurting her, which is a nice thing to have within this stage. Mudrock could work since she has the shields that makes her immune on her skill. If you use her on her skill 2, she's also able to self-heal herself even better. Saria, skill 1, 2 will work in order to heal herself, but I would say that skill 3 is also impressive because it will help you to amplify the arts damage that's being dealt onto the enemies around. So if you have her Elite 2, I recommend using skill 2. If you only have her Elite 1, skill 1 or 2 will work just fine. Alright, if you don't want to use a defender, you want to try to make the stage even easier, you can also take a Taunts, a Silver Ash, a Spectre, Blaze, or Estacia. So this will add even more firepower to the middle part of the map. Why is there a Calcid there? If let's say you want to have Monster to be the one blocking within the stage, then you can change your medic for Calcid. Then after you put Monster in the place where your defender will be. So that is how you could use her and how she can help out a lot. Estacia is brought into the stage because now, if let's say we go to the map, let me just bring you there. Where is the map? Hi, this is the map. So if you look at this part that I'm pointing, if you bring like your range guards, you can point your range guard upwards to kind of support the middle lane to kill all the enemies. But you also have the option to place a arts guard over there, and then you take your arts guard, you point your arts guard downwards. Why you point it downwards? Because you want even more arts damage onto the big crocodile. So Estacia would be a great example of someone who could do just that. Moose maybe can also work as well. So some ideas for you to consider over there. For the medic that you see here is Ansel, and that's like the lowest requirement medic that you can use in this stage. Basically saying that all other medics are able to replace Ansel. You got someone like Susuro, Pure Stream, Silence, Whispering, even AoE ones like Tenopsis and Nightingale, they can easily replace Ansel. And of course, kind of higher the rarity, the better it'll be. Susuro as a 4-star medic, amazing to use over here. Silence also, great timing to put the drones down, and Nightingale can increase resistance. So go ahead and choose the best medic that you have in your account. And the final operator you see there is a Yato. If you build Yato to level 30, which by the way is a very cheap investment, it will unlock her trait, which is her talent, sorry, which is fast redeployment. Her redeployment time is cut down by 30 seconds, which is going to save you quite a bit in this stage. If you don't want to build your Yato, you want to build someone else, you've got other fast redeploys, you can use them as well. So Gravel, Project Raid, and Phantom are great examples of who can replace Yato. Alright? So go ahead, build a squad that kind of fits within this 7 operator squad that you see here. And now, I'm going to show you guys how you can clear it with the timings that I dictate. So, let's get in the stage. Howling Desert. Alright, you start the stage off by placing your Myrtle over on this tile, facing to the right. Then, you can place in Eyja afterwards. So the first step of this stage is to basically place all the operators that you need on this map. As soon as Eyja's skill is ready, go ahead, pop it. Then place your slow supporters, Orchid first, or whichever others slower that you've brought into the stage. Then the mission critical Podenko, you place her here, facing downwards. Then place your single target medic or multi-target one on this tile, facing down. Then we're going to use Eyja's skill one more time to have enough DP in the stage. Once you have enough, you think it's all good, place your defender in, right over on this tile. You see this brawler coming in, use Podenko's skill against him. And then from this part, hands free. Don't care about anything. Look out for the first infiltrator, the ghost running enemy, to arrive from the red box. It's gonna be sometime around now. So the sniper appears first, then the infiltrator arrives next. Don't worry, Eyjafjalla will kill this guy before he enters the blue box. Alright, infiltrator has arrived, so the moment he steps in this tile that you're gonna see me place Yato, your fast redeploy, plonk, hit him. Then, place Myrtle. Okay, the brawler needs to run past first. So you see this brawler? Brawler goes past, all good. Place Myrtle in, activate medic skill, activate Eyja. Keep watch of Cardigan's health, you don't want Cardigan to die. Right? You really need to make sure that Cardigan is all okay. So just like that, you took out the infiltrator, you took out 2 ritualists on the map. Then, we're gonna use Podenko's skill to slow down the brawlers. You can use Orchid's skill to kind of slow the brawler a little bit more as well. Keep watch of Cardigan's health again, you don't want Cardigan to go dying now. Alright. Another infiltrator has appeared. You need to catch him. So how do you do that? You place your Yato yet again on this tile, fast redeploy it. Let's use Ensel's skill. We need to keep Cardigan as alive as possible. This part, go ahead to use Podenko's skill. It's activated, it's available again. You need to hold this guy in place so that Eyja cares enough to kill him in time. Watch Cardigan's health. Very, very risky. Alright. Things are looking good. Things are looking fine enough. Okay, very, very critical situation. Eyja's skill is ready yet again. How to handle this? Activate Eyja's skill as soon as it's ready. Then, Eyja is able to kill this guy before he enters the blue box. You can place your Myrtle right over here, nudge him in. Go ahead and use whatever slower skills that you have to help out. Orchid, Podenko, Eyja, they're all gonna take out the last bit of health that this guy has. And just like that, that is how you clear the stage. So the timing is very, very scary. It's really, really hypercritical to do all of the actions correctly. If it doesn't work the first try, don't hesitate to keep trying, because this is honestly the simplest way they can go about handling this stage. Alright, if you guys need help as to how you can replace your operators here and there, let me know down in the comments. I'll try to assist you guys as much as possible. Alright, that's it for Risk 18. I might post a few more Risk 18 strategies which doesn't have 1 6-star, maybe it's 2 6-stars or 3, no, 2 6-stars. I don't want to do 3. 3 is overkill. So that's that. Alright, hopefully this helps. I shall see you guys within the next few daily maps actually. So bye bye all.